celebrate with us this beautiful event and to be a part of this discussion, because after we need also your feedback and how you use actually AI on your work. So I give you just a little introduction, global on AI, and after we go through this is the second. But it's okay. I don't need. No, stay with this. It's okay. Stay with this. So I have selected this topic because probably this changed all the words and all the way to think and to go ahead on our future life and certainly on our business. Hospitality and wedding is something linked, and probably many things are common for us for the future, how we use the AI for this. So just I want how AI can work. There are one company, as you know, it's OpenAI. OpenAI launched ChatGPT 2 years back, and how OpenAI can launch ChatGPT only because it's working with NVIDIA, who create a GPU. GPU is graphic processing units. Is first designed for the gaming, video games for the people like to play, and why Mr. Sam Altman is the owner, is the CEO of OpenAI. Go to see the CEO on NVIDIA because he need the big, such big chips to can develop and use AI. Because AI work only with multiple data, multiple calculation on the same time. It's not one by one. And only GPU can do this. And it's like this only that Mr. Sam Altman can launch ChatGPT and after DeepSeek, Meta AI and all. So this is globally what's happened actually. And NVIDIA launched just Blackwell is the last generation of GPU. But what is the future of AI is quantum informatics, where the unit is the qubits, and the power of this quantum informatics is 1,000 times more than Blackwell, and then come to deep learning, mean after some time, AI come to be automated intelligent, if I can say, and it don't need the human being interaction to grow and to bring the future solution. Future solutions are on medicine, are on diagnostic, are on self-car driving. So this application can only be very efficient with quantum informatics. So I can make, or I can say by myself, I'm doing this. No. After some time I say, let's see what Meta AI, please put the first idea, this is not the first one. I asked Meta AI, what can why AI? No, next. First. Okay. How AI can improve the customer experience, increase operational efficiency, and enhancing decision making. So I asked Meta AI for this reply, and she gave me incredible reply for all the case. So first, personalization of the customer experience, yes. Management of reservation, checking, checkout, yes, automatic. So you have just to think for hotel industry, what can be this? And data analysis, decision maker, 24 hours, 7 days customer service. So this is also something we need. Targeted marketing with exact where we have to market. Social media management, price optimization, online reputation, and so and so. So this is given me only by AI. I am not working myself on this. And this is really incredible, as David said, for the music and for us. So this is absolutely some next open door for the future of hospitality and how we can give the best services to our guests and to you clients for the wedding. So thank you for listening me, and I will now ask the panelists to take the call, and I give you the mic. To take the call and to start, first to give you input, and also to ask everyone how they use AI actually.
Okay. I think I was very happy when Kunal told me to moderate this, because I don't use AI much, so I can ask questions and I don't have to answer. That's one thing about being a moderator that you give. Okay. I'll just, we have with us Marisha, who wears 3 hats. She's a wedding planner, she's an entertainment designer, and she's also an educator as the co-founder of the wedding school. And of course, for those of us who know her well, we also know that she's very actively involved in some of the most successful IPs which are taking place in India. But the first thing I'd like to ask you, Marisha, is as an educationist, we know how Google has changed education. We know how social media has changed education. There was a time, I remember, when I'm talking of the generation of 9 which studied, did our post-graduation and graduation in the late 80s and early 90s, where education was all about going and getting that right book in the library, where we knew some people would even hide books. And we've come a long way since then, where information is easily available. We've also, those of us, and Vijay will probably know, those of us who started our careers maybe post-2000, even getting numbers was a very difficult thing. But all that has changed thanks to our event industry's wonderful WhatsApp groups. But as an educationist, how do you think AI is going to change what is called courses on event management and wedding planning?
I think the biggest educator in the room today is actually Parthiv, who has done a fantastic job with Wedding Sutra, having helped not just brides educate and be more aware of things, but I think what's interesting is the new generation of planners learn so much more, so much faster, thanks to your portal. And I think it's important that we kind of embrace change at the earliest. I think what Ms. John mentioned rightly, it's about the application that I feel we need to educate ourselves. At the wedding school, it's interesting because we actually have a very diverse set of students. So not everyone has the exposure for us to be able to give them the opportunity so that they can quickly learn and adapt. I think as a wedding industry, we are in a very, very, very nascent stage. And I'm not including hospitality industry as I speak of it, Parthiv, because I feel hospitality industry, whether it's hotels or travel, MICE overall, it's much easier and it's far more convenient for them to embrace AI. It's not the same for the wedding industry because we are first emotions and then practicality. So because that is the base, it's important to take the steps where it's required and how it's required. So for example, in the education space, it's very important for us because you're teaching wedding planning, but you're teaching SOPs. You're trying to help the new planner do something right instead of taking 10 years of doing it wrong and then setting their systems right. But AI, I feel we have been able to include it very, very minimalistically only last year in our curriculum. We took baby steps because we were ourselves not sure. It has to be taught rightly. It's not just, okay, you put in keywords and you will get magic out of that screen. You need to know how to use it rightly. And to inculcate that, where is the faculty, right? So because there is nobody who is that well trained and equipped, we decided to take baby steps last year, only to now this year, which is a course which will only begin in July onwards, where it will become an integral part of the curriculum with sessions that are only dedicated to that. Now, for me as an educator, it's important not to make a student too dependent on it, because when I see my own team getting too dependent on using AI in different forms, ChatGPT.
In simple way, seeing the covering letter.
Yeah.
I must tell you, the number of emails which Wedding Sutra is getting
Yeah.
is 10 times more, simply because earlier people didn't know how to write a covering letter.
Yeah.
Now they are all right, but they don't realize that the covering letter is very similar. And I'll give you one very interesting example. About 1 year back, I got a very nice covering letter, and I was so impressed. I said, let me interview this candidate myself. And I interviewed the candidate, and I said, young man, I hope you don't mind, but the way you have written is so beautiful, but there's something, your verbal communication does not match it. This was not 1 year, but 1.5 years back. And he, like an honest man, he said, sir, I have used AI to draft this mail. That's when I started realizing that there are AI covering letters. So even the submissions, not just for jobs, even brides who want their pictures to appear, it's amazing that AI is generating the covering letter, but it's all similar.
Exactly.
That's the whole thing.
That is the problem which we notice with our teams. I'm sure a lot of us are experiencing that, including their resignation letters, by the way.
Interesting. But before we go on to the